Hey y'all, welcome to Pleiadian Point of View. I'm Peyton with Peyton Energetics, and I'm a Pleiadian channel and starseed coach. So, in today's POV, the Pleiadians wanted to talk to us about releasing resistance. Now, if you've been on your spiritual path for a while, and if you're watching these videos, you probably have, then you know that releasing resistance is kind of the main objective. That is what all of our spiritual teachers have taught us, that the way that we move through the ascension process is we have to release our resistance. So over the years, the P's have given us lots of amazing tools to do that, right? We know that we have to work on our limiting beliefs. We know that we have to work on all of those stuck and frozen emotions and memories that we're holding on to. Everything that holds and stores resistance in our physical body. But today, the P's want to give us a little very simple tool to release some of that bodily resistance because we store so much of the resistance that we're holding in our physical body. And there's actually kind of a reason for that. But before we jump into talking about how to do that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. Now, when we talk about releasing resistance, a lot of times in the spiritual community, we're focusing on releasing limiting beliefs. Because, of course, that is one of the biggest ways that we're holding on to resistance in our physical body, in our energy field. So, of course, that's a huge topic of conversation. But something that doesn't get a lot of attention is the process for releasing physical resistance that we're storing in the body. Of course, the body is where it's got to go, right? It's either in our body or our energy field. And as humans, we hold a lot of that resistance in our physical tissues. So the P's want to offer today a simple process for releasing some of the resistance that's stored in the body. Now, one thing that's important to know is kind of background information on this topic is how we were designed as 3D humans, right? In order to have the human experience, we had to put certain restrictions on our consciousness. We had to create the egoic structure, which has given us so much trouble. So one of the things that's part of our old 3D body-mind system is that our physical body and our mind are designed to block out multidimensional information. It's the only way we could have the 3D experience, right? If we knew we were divine God source beings, that we could manifest anything instantly, connect with our galactic family at will, we couldn't really have the 3D experience, could we? So we put certain kind of rules into the human game to let us have a 3D experience. And one of those things that we put in place, of course, this is the broader we that we're talking about, is we designed our physical bodies to block out higher dimensional information so that we could have the 3D experience. So one of the ways that our body-mind system functions by default is that it blocks out higher dimensional energies, whether that is the energy of our galactic family, of our higher self, our soul. The body-mind system blocks that out. It has to for us to play the 3D game. So one of the ways that this will show up is that as we start to go through our spiritual process and have our awakening and start to raise our vibration, we start to bring into the body all of that multidimensional goodness, right? Connection with our higher self, with our galactic family, with all those amazing skills and abilities that we had as multidimensional beings. But as we start to bring that into the physical body, the body goes, wait, what is going on? And it blocks it out. So we get into this little bit of a resistant situation as we go through our spiritual awakening, where we're opening up to all of this great multidimensional wisdom and knowledge. And our body and our mind are fighting as hard as they can to block it out. So we're bringing it in and we're blocking it out. So what happens is we kind of come to an impasse. So the way that the body-mind system will do this, will block things out, is by tensing the physical body. Now, this same bodily reaction of tensing up to block out multidimensional information is how we store resistance to the daily things in our life. So whenever something is going wrong, whenever we have a negative manifestation, or maybe we see something in the world around us that is triggering, puts us in fear, the body-mind system will react in a similar way. So one of the ways that this will show up is whenever we are facing or thinking about something that we have resistance around, we'll notice the physical body tensing up. And a lot of times we do this without realizing it. We see something that is stressful or we have something happen in our day and we'll feel our whole physical body tense up. And most of us, we don't even notice that we're doing this. It is a completely automatic reaction of the physical body. But what happens as we do this over a lifetime is we start to build a lot of physical resistance in the body. So one of the things that the P's wanted to offer us today to start to reverse this is a simple process to start releasing some of the resistance that we're storing in the physical body. Just every time we have that automatic reaction of not liking something, something going wrong, we tense the physical body. The reason that we do this is to separate ourselves from it. Because from the ego mind perspective, if it is hearing something it doesn't like or experiencing something it doesn't like, the ego mind's solution to everything is separation, right? To keep us separate from that thing. So if you're hearing a story on the news that's scaring you, you may notice that your body physically tenses up. And that is the ego mind system, the 3D system, trying to protect you from that thing, trying to separate you from it. So what happens, because there's so much in our world that puts us in resistance, is we tense our bodies all the time. So we end up holding a lot of that resistance just kind of ground into our physical bodies. So what the P's wanted to offer us today was a way to start reversing this. Because as we know, any resistance that we're holding on to is like an emergency brake. It's an emergency brake to anything you're trying to create in your life. It's an emergency brake to trying to connect with your higher self, your soul, your guides, your star family, whatever we are trying to do that requires flow and love and expansion. Resistance puts the brake on. So the more we can release resistance in every direction, the more we allow what we want to see happen to flow to us. So one way that you can start to relax and override this unconscious 3D program of tensing the body to keep us separate from things is to just relax the body. So simple way to do this that the P's are offering today is to just take 60 seconds a couple times during your day and just scan your physical body and see where are you holding tension. And this will sneak up on us during the day that we are holding tension in particular parts of our body. So just scan your body really quickly and just notice, okay, where are you sore? Where are you a little tense? Where do you feel a little constricted? Where do you actually have pain? And just breathe into those areas. Just relax them. Because as you do that, what you're doing is you're starting to override the egoic system. You're reprogramming your physical body. And every time you do that, relax that area of tension as best you can. Now, we never want to force the body. So you may find that there is something that is uncomfortable on you that day, something that is in pain. And when you try to relax it, nothing happens. So just notice that you're inviting the body to relax. And that's okay if it doesn't, or if it can't, or if it's not ready to. You're just extending the invitation. But most of the time, we're going to be working with tension we're holding in muscles. And muscles relax. So most of the time, you're going to notice that you can actually just soften yourself. Doesn't matter if it goes away completely, you're just taking bites out of the resistance, right? So as you try this little tool once or twice a day, whenever you think about it, just take 60 seconds and just scan yourself. Like, where am I holding tension today? Because tension is just resistance. And as you breathe into that, as you relax into that, just inviting the body to relax, telling the body it's safe, because a lot of times the body is doing this thinking that by holding on to resistance, it's keeping us safe. It's what the ego mind tells the body. And we know that that's not the case. So as we start to breathe and relax any tension that you're noticing, what happens is you raise your vibration. It's a very, very simple, instantaneous way to raise your vibration. And as you start to do this as a normal practice, just anytime you're sitting on the couch, you've got a few minutes, you're on the phone, you're on social media, just breathe, relax, scan the body. It doesn't take any time at all. And as you relax, you start to relax the resistance that you're holding. That resistance that is just kind of ground into you. You start to relax it. So this is a really simple way to start reprogramming the entire egoic structure, to start allowing more of your soul energy to move into you. but we have to get the resistance out. You gotta let go of that emergency brake. And this is one of the simple ways you can do that. So the P's just wanted to offer you that simple little tool today to help you just release some of the resistance that you're storing in the physical body. So that is what the P's had for you in today's POV. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.